Welcome back to 5-Minute Life Hacks. I'm your host, Natalia, coming at you from my bedroom in Los Angeles, California. So today's episode is about a 5-week break that I took from Instagram to clear my head and think about what I wanted to do next and just really focus on myself. To be honest, I wasn't sure if this was the right time to talk about this because of the Black Lives Matter movement. I wanted to make sure I kept the momentum going. But then today I saw a quote that said, "Isn't it funny how it took a pandemic and not being distracted by vacations or football games or music events to really look at what's been going on with Black people in America? It's like divine intervention." And then I thought, you know what? It's the perfect time. That's exactly what I did with my 5-week break. I literally took the time to stop listening to all the noise and to really just focus inward and be bored in order to really actually hear the things that are going on. And I feel like this break had given me the ability to really listen and really weed out the things I needed to hear and say. So in this episode, I'm going to tell you why I got off Instagram, how I did it, how you can do it, and how it's going to benefit you. So I got off Instagram because it was in the middle of quarantine and I was still feeling super cluttered in my head. I felt like I was super busy and I was kind of pulling out my hair, and I thought, how can this be possible? I'm doing less, or so I thought, than I was before. But then I realized that I was just really content obsessed. All I could think about when I wasn't working on my clients was what content I was going to make and how I should be making content and doing things. But I kind of wasn't sure why I was doing it, where I wanted to go with it, what's the point of it all? And so even that was stressing me out. So I decided I would take a break just to kind of clear my head. And at first I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a 3-day break. Let's see what happens. And then 3 days turned into 1 week, and 1 week turned into 2 weeks, and 2 weeks turned into 3 and 4 and 5. And now here we are. And it was actually wonderful. I feel like I went through a roller coaster, but I feel like it was worth it in the end. So I did message a few of my friends to let them know I was going off Instagram, just in case they wondered, especially with the whole COVID thing going on. I feel like a lot of people might get worried about that. I did have to log into my clients' accounts, but I did it strictly business. We don't follow the same accounts. And then once I did that, I just pretty much put away my Instagram and just didn't think about it. I realized that a few things happened though. Number one, my content creation anxiety went up for a little while. I thought I should be making stuff, but then it slowly declined. And then I just felt like I didn't really have to do anything or show anyone anything. And that actually made me want to create content. So I did end up creating a few little videos here and there of how to make banana bread or how to laminate your brows. Check out my Instagram. You'll see those up there soon. And I realized that I could designate a few days to create bigger pieces of content. Number two, I felt like I wasn't taking out my phone as much to take pictures because I get obsessed with just taking the right picture of everything. I took out my phone when I wanted to and when I found something just so beautiful that I needed to capture the moment. Number three, I found myself being really, really bored sometimes. And that was kind of the hardest part because I had to remind myself, okay, this is what boredom feels like. You should listen to my episodes on boredom and stillness because those are important for this episode, why boredom is important and how you sort of just need to sit with that. So I sat with that and I decided what I was going to do with it was really focus on my work, being disciplined in my work so that I could have more time for myself. And I started to come up with a schedule. But when I look back at these 5 weeks, I realized a big part of it was feeling a little bit bored, but this boredom of a quieter and stiller life really helped me to think about the things that I want and the way that I want to proceed. So for example, it made me realize how Instagram is important, but what's more important is taking care of myself and to create, quality pieces than loads of it. So it really helped me to quiet all the noise in my head and really focus on being still and the things I want. So I really highly recommend that you try taking breaks from Instagram, even if you can't do it for, a whole month. Even if you try just taking a day out of the week, 2 days out of the week, where you just take a break to quiet all the noise. because, like I said, quieting this noise really helped me to be able to focus on the things that I really wanted to focus on and tune in to myself. So when I got back to Instagram through the Black Lives Matter movement, I felt like I really knew how to hone in on what I needed to hear and what I wanted to repost and share with other people. So the way I'm going to be going forward with Instagram is dedicating maybe an hour a day where I can scroll at different points of the day, and then also dedicating a day or two a week where I can create bigger pieces of content, because that's what I want to do, as long as I give myself time every single day to have stillness in my head, to be able to meditate, where it's not like, oh, I'm cooking, but I'm creating content, where I really just focus in on myself. So I want to be a lot more disciplined. I hope this helps you. Please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at Natalia Ambrosia and let me know if it helps, if you've tried it, if you have other tips. I always love hearing from you. Have a beautiful day. You're wonderful. Bye.